Hello travelers and tourists, my name is Mark and I am the local disaster tour guide. That's right, I am a storyteller that's here with a bonus video this week because you have the opportunity to help a fellow gamer in need. Welcome to a journey through the fantastic world of TTRPGs like Pathfinder, Starfinder, Icon Superhero, D&D 5e, and honestly a number of other games, as today we're going to be taking a look at the charity bundle Owen Stephens is RAD. For those of you who may not have heard the news already, Owen K.C. Stephens is a prolific and talented author in the tabletop RPG industry who has contributed to a variety of games. Currently, Owen is battling cancer, and with the help of Drive Thru RPG, this PDF bundle, Owen Stephens is RAD, has been put together to help raise money to help Owen as he battles cancer. This PDF bundle is available on drivethrurpg.com for the price of $30, and it comes with over 160 individual PDFs as part of the bundle. The actual price breakdown of the PDFs in this bundle come in at slightly less than 20 cents per PDF, so you're actually getting a pretty solid deal on these products, and I think that this charity bundle represents a fantastic way to help out a fellow nerd as they face what is truly a very difficult battle. Now, I will say Drive Thru RPG has been very upfront about how they are handling this charity bundle. 90% of all proceeds from this bundle go directly to Owen K.C. Stephens to help him as he tries to pay his medical bills and work through everything he needs to do, which means $27 out of every single purchase of this bundle goes directly to Owen and helps him out. A large number of different authors and publishers have come together to create this bundle, and this bundle covers a variety of different tabletop RPGs, meaning this is a pretty cool opportunity to both pick up some interesting products and also help out a fellow nerd in need. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a look at a few sample products from this charity bundle to help you know what kind of things you can expect from the bundle, so that you can see if this bundle might be something that you're interested in. Although, do allow me to say this, there are actually a number of ways that you can help out Owen K.C. Stephens. If this particular charity bundle is not right for you, he also has things like a GoFundMe account where you can donate directly to him as well. So there are several different ways to get involved in helping Owen K.C. Stephens in this battle, and I will have links in the video description to this bundle on Drive Thru RPG, as well as his GoFundMe account, so that if you are interested in helping him, you can find both of those things, though I do believe that there are several other places around the internet where people have come together to help him as he battles cancer. Now, before I dive into the bundle itself, one thing I do want to say is I do not know Owen K.C. Stephens personally. I've never had the opportunity to meet him, though I certainly hope he gets better and that one day maybe I have the opportunity to do so. I am familiar with at least some of Owen's work from his time at Paizo, where he contributed very heavily to Starfinder. Longtime fans of my channel probably know that I really love Starfinder, and I consider Starfinder to have the best setting writing of any TTRPG I have ever seen. And Owen's work early in the history of Starfinder really contributed to the success of that game. So even if I've never met Owen in person, he is definitely an author that I respect, and he has definitely contributed to some of the best memories I've had at my gaming table. So I certainly appreciate the opportunity to join in and help him out as he fights this battle. But with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this charity bundle and what you can expect if you decide to buy it. Now, I've been in this hobby for a very long time, and I have seen large bundles like this before. I think this is the largest charity bundle that I have ever seen, and I am truly impressed with what Drive Thru RPG has brought together with this charity bundle. But bundles like this, you will see them pop up from time to time on different websites, different places around the internet, and this is not the first bundle that I've ever picked up. Bundles like this, I often consider to be sort of a, how best do you say this? A treasure hunt for game masters. I really feel like bundles like this are a really fun product for game masters who are looking for basically jewels that they can add to their collection. If you're a storyteller, especially if you're a new storyteller who's just looking for a good way to add to your collection and maybe find some things that can inspire you, find some tools or some options that can add to what you have available at your gaming table, bundles like this are often really, really excellent. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, I've had this bundle a day and a half. I have not read through 1/20th of what this bundle actually has to offer. I have skimmed several things, but honestly, I am still digging through to find some of the jewels that might be hidden in this bundle. But as a longtime game master, I can tell you, I really appreciate bundles like this because it's a really easy way to add a lot of stuff to your collection that you can then kind of sift through and find some really positive things that you can add to a game or use as inspiration for a game. Now, I will say, as a bit of a precaution, I do feel like bundles like this are often not as beneficial to strictly players. The really good content, the stuff that you're really going to take away and adapt and get some good mileage out of, I feel like it tends to land more on the game master side of the screen. And on the basis of my initial exploration of this bundle, I have seen much the same. There are a few tidbits that players might enjoy, but I do feel like most of the really interesting stuff is going to be for the storyteller at your gaming table. Now, obviously, as is the case with the charity bundle, a large part of the selling point here is the opportunity to help Owen K.C. Stephens. So if you are a player and you're interested in helping him, this is a great way to do so, and might even be a great stepping stone into building a collection so that one day you could try the storyteller side of the screen. Either way, let's dive into what you can expect. Now, one thing that you should know about any bundle like this is oftentimes collections like this span a wide variety of games. Even in the small amount of time that I've had to dig through this particular bundle, I have already seen content for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, a system called Good Strong Hands. I am not familiar with this system at all, but there's some content for it here. Content for Savage Worlds, content for True 20, Dungeons & Dragons 5e content, a superhero role-playing game called Icons. I am completely unfamiliar with this game, but they actually have a lot of stuff for Icons in this charity bundle, where I feel like if you're interested in that style of game, you get a pretty good introduction to the game. This is actually one of the ones I want to dig into more as a result of this bundle. But beyond that, I've also found a lot of content for Pathfinder 1st Edition and also Starfinder. And I will go ahead and tell you that the Starfinder and Pathfinder 1st Edition content is probably the bulk of what you can expect in this particular charity bundle. Again, I haven't dug through everything, but that's a lot of what has been popping out to me that I've seen. It seems like there is a lot of Pathfinder 1e and Starfinder content, with a smattering of other games being presented. Another thing worth noting about this bundle, and I've already mentioned this a bit, is there are a variety of publishers and authors that have contributed. So, for example, here we have an author by the name of Sasha Harving. This is one of the authors who has contributed, but you also have work from Owen K.C. Stephens himself that can be found in this bundle as well. So it is worth noting, if you're looking at this charity bundle, it is going to be a grab bag, a varied assortment of PDFs that you're going to be getting, but there's probably going to be some interesting stuff in here, and I've pulled out just a few things that popped out very quickly to me that I think are of particular value in this charity bundle that Drive Thru RPG is offered. Now, I will say, there is a little bit of Pathfinder 2nd Edition content in this bundle. Not a lot that I have found so far, but this PDF called Just a Second Number 8, Cosmic Champions, is an example of some of the 2e content you can find. In this particular instance, this PDF offers some variant rules so that you can modify the champion class, where instead of serving the powers of good and evil, they are instead a champion of the cosmos, serving the sun, the sky, the stars in some fashion, with specific tenets and options to support those particular character concepts. This particular PDF is only 4 pages long, so it's very brief and to the point, but it does offer some interesting ideas for a Pathfinder 2e game. Another Pathfinder 2e resource that you might be interested in is the Gadget Crossbows PDF that was written by Owen K.C. Stephens. This is an 8-page PDF presenting some optional rules to create basically mechanically insane crossbows. I think every game master has had at least one player who is interested in doing what you see in the picture right here, so you know exactly what you're getting with this PDF. And one of the cool things about this particular PDF is Owen K.C. Stephens actually translated the rules in this PDF to a few different game systems. So you don't just have the Pathfinder 2e version of this rules, but you actually have a few different game systems that these rules have been modified so that they can be incorporated into them. And honestly, a lot of the PDFs in this charity bundle are going to follow this general format. It will be a few pages of focused content around a particular idea. Maybe a class, maybe a weapon, maybe a type of spell, what have you. It's going to be a focused product intended to add a few new options to one particular niche inside of the game. Most of the PDFs are going to be quick reads and something that can be very quickly implemented if you're interested in using them. But I do think it's worth noting that not necessarily every PDF in this charity bundle is going to be these brief, hyper-focused content packages that you can drop in a game. There are some larger offerings in this charity bundle that I do think bring a lot of value to this bundle. And the Icons super-powered role-playing game that I mentioned earlier, I think this is a very good example of the kind of gems you can pull out of a charity bundle like this. This is a full 234-page PDF of the rulebook for the Icons TTRPG. This has the full character creation rules, it has everything you need to know to run an Icons game, and if you are interested in playing a superhero style game, this has everything you need to play in PDF format. When you look at bundles like this charity bundle for Owen K.C. Stephens, sometimes you will find things like this. You will find where people just offer you what is essentially an entire rulebook at a heavily discounted price, and these are pretty cool offerings. And on top of that, they also have the Improbable Tales PDF, which is another 249 pages of 11 pre-made adventures specifically for the Icons role-playing game. All told, between the Icons core rules and this Adventures PDF, you have almost 500 pages of superhero RPG content available, and all of it at a significant discount. That is an incredible offer. Like I said, I have no familiarity with the Icons system or the Icons game, but the fact that I have picked up what is essentially a full game and sizable campaign in this bundle, I'm pretty excited. This is something I want to try out. Still, as I previously mentioned, the majority of the content I've seen so far in this bundle tends to be for Pathfinder 1st Edition or for Starfinder, and a lot of the content I've seen is going to be things like new class options or new ancestry options for those games. For example, here you have the Adventurer's Handbook Genius Guide Volume 1, written by Owen K.C. Stephens, that's going to present 5 new classes for Pathfinder 1st Edition. And then there is another Pathfinder 1st Edition compatible option called Deadly Gardens Character Options that present a number of character building options for nature-themed characters, including the new Steward class, which is a 1st Edition compatible hybrid class that blends the Druid and Monk together. Moving over to Starfinder, here's an example of the Star Classes class graphs, which give you some ways of modifying different classes in Starfinder to get some new themes, new options, new style of characters for that particular game. And I'll go ahead and say, I'm not going to bother highlighting every single Pathfinder First Edition and Starfinder option because honestly, I've seen a lot of them. These are just some quick examples of what you can expect, but there is definitely a healthy variety for those two games that I have seen in this particular bundle. However, I want to close by noting that there is more to this bundle than just options specifically for your TTRPG. There are also several essays in this bundle. For example, there is a Beyond Dice Real Math for RPGs essay. It is issue number 1, Coordinates and Distances, that talks about square grids, hexagonal grids, and the Pythagorean theorem and how that applies to a tabletop RPG. And they actually note in this particular essay that the content of this essay is aimed at high school students, but could be accessible to some elementary and middle school gamers if they have a good concept of geometry or at least a healthy ability to envision things in 3D space. Another really fantastic offering that I found, and this is actually what I have probably read the most of out of this particular bundle so far, it is this PDF, Game Mastering Secrets, which is 178 pages of system-neutral game mastering advice that basically helps you level up your skills as a storyteller. Especially if you are a new storyteller, I think this is a fantastic PDF as it's going to cover a lot of the challenges, a lot of the things that you want to think through in order to be successful in the role of storyteller at your table. This is a fantastic inclusion. And of everything I've seen so far, this is honestly my favorite thing in the bundle, though it's far from the only thing in the bundle that I'm excited about. The last thing I want to point out is Owen K.C. Stephens actually offers an exclusive product, which is Essays on Surviving an Independent Tabletop RPG Industry Career. In other words, Owen K.C. Stephens is offering career advice for anyone who wants to move past just playing or storytelling a tabletop RPG, but actually wants to write for the TTRPG industry. Now, obviously, this is niche content, but as someone who actually dreams of being a writer for tabletop RPGs, this is a fantastic collection of advice and something I am deeply interested in. And if you also have the dream of writing for your favorite game one day, this is going to be some fantastic information you can look into. But that was just a really quick sneak peek at the Owen Stephens is RAD charity bundle that is live right now on DriveThruRPG.com. As I've mentioned, this is over 160 PDFs available for $30, and 90% of the proceeds go directly to Owen K.C. Stephens to help him in his battle against cancer. If this product looks interesting to you, I highly recommend checking it out. You can find a link to that in the video description. And if this product isn't necessarily your sort of thing, but you're still interested in helping out Owen K.C. Stephens, I'll also have a link to his GoFundMe down in the video description as well, in case that is a better way for you to get involved. Stories like this are always near and dear to my heart when I see people coming together to help someone who is in need, to help someone who is facing a difficult situation. This is the kind of thing that really just gives me hope for humanity. So I think it's incredible to see stuff like this. So on behalf of gamers everywhere, thank you to Drive Thru RPG for hosting this charity bundle. Thank you to all of the different publishers and authors that contributed stuff for this charity bundle. I would try to list them out, but I know I would miss people. But thank you to everyone who has done that. And thank you to Owen K.C. Stephens for all of the fantastic work that you have done contributing to so many games and so many gaming tables. I know I am just one of many voices that truly hopes for you to make a swift recovery and for you to continue to add so much of your creativity and talent to this wonderful hobby that we all share. To those of you who are watching this video, if by chance you have already picked up this particular bundle, and there is a particular gem or something in this bundle that you think is really a standout product that people might find interesting or useful, by all means throw that into the comments section so that people who are interested in checking this out can zero in on the really cool offerings that can be found here. I know that I have got a ton of reading to do in order to dig through all of the fantastic stuff that has been offered, but again, actions like this is truly the stuff that I love to see happening. And I hope to those of you who are watching, if you are able, that you can join in and support Owen K.C. Stephens as he goes through this. But that is where I will leave you for today, and as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Have a wonderful day.